He-Man, Masters of the Universe. It's opening, well, technically in its full thing, it's opening up tomorrow, but there are advanced fan screenings going on around the country tonight. And I've got my tickets. Going to go see it, like I said, in about 6.5 hours from now. And because of that last trailer, I'm actually pretty excited to see it. The first reactions were quite good, but we've seen first reactions that look good. And then when the full explanation and the reviews come out, maybe they're a little bit more tempered. Well, Masters of the Universe, a movie that I admit when they first announced they were doing it, I said, why? It's way past its time. I still kind of think it is past its time.
Yeah.
But I thought this is going to be a movie that the audience won't like and the critics won't like. Well, strike one of those off the list, because right now, with the review embargo lifted earlier today, Masters of the Universe is holding a 75%. Now, 75% is not something we're going to be talking about come Oscar season. But if you were to have told me 8 months ago that Masters of the Universe from the critics...
Certified fresh.
Well, when I just looked at it, it was at 107 reviews and 75%. Either way.
Oh, that's weird.
74, 75. That
Yeah,
happens. Whatever. But I would have thought you are smoking something that is giving you delightful hallucinations, because I just don't see how a He-Man movie is going to get a 74, 75, 76%. I just don't see it. And yet here we are. And let's go over and take a look at some of the reviews. The Daily Telegraph liked it, said nostalgists with a soft spot for Masters of the Universe will love every last shout out to the franchise's heyday. Newcomers to this wacky world will appreciate the movie's winking refusal to ever take itself too seriously. The New York Post liked it. They said, no, this decidedly summer flick directed by Travis Knight was made solely for your amusement. It's fun, helium light, and doesn't have a single thought in its dumb head.
Aww.
But you know what? That's the formula. That's the formula. Now, Sydney Morning Herald did not like it. They said, as in the recent Mortal Kombat 2, it's as if the filmmakers... I actually kind of had fun with Mortal Kombat 2. It's as if the filmmakers were caught between fan service and mockery and opted for a bet each way, banking on the CGI clutter to distract us from overthinking. The Irish Independent liked it. They said, unashamedly marvelized, you could do worse than Masters of the Universe, assuming you're in the market for 140 minutes of CGI-heavy fantasy action with a side order of comic nerd wit. Jelly Films liked it. They said, Masters of the Universe delivers campy fun with heart, humor, and memorable characterizations, bringing the wonder of the 80s cartoon back to life. RTE liked it. From a Lundgren cameo, well, I didn't know that. Well, I guess now, well, you know, we should have known there'd be a Lundgren cameo because they did that whole finger pointing thing. So that kind of made it clear. To Queen's Brian May on the soundtrack and use of the snap banger, The Power. There is plenty to like. There's also a feeling throughout that the same again action occupies too much of the screen. Nerdbot really liked it. They said, with a knowing wink, Knight perfectly balances the heart and humor of a hero's journey story, sticking to convention, but using it as a fun playground to just be as silly as he wants to be. It's a fun, campy, crowd-pleasing blockbuster. And it goes on, right? Again, it's got a 75%, which means about 1 out of every 4 critics didn't like it. None of the critics that liked it are saying this is the greatest, expect this thing at the Oscars. But it seems like, Rob, that it's coming in right around where we were kind of hoping it would be. And, you know, at CinemaCon, I should have brought it. It's right out there. I should have brought it in. They gave us Masters of the Universe. They gave us He-Man swords. So while I was gone on my trip, I got home this morning to find Anne had dug them out. She's got them ready for us to take to the movie tonight.
Will they let you take them in, you think?
I don't know. They are foam.
Okay.
So I don't know. They may not let us take them in. If they don't, we'll just throw them out. But I'm going to bring my sword tonight and we'll see it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I will, of course, do my out of theater reaction for it tonight. I'm expecting, Rob, to not be blown away. But if I can come out of it with the same or better feeling that I had coming out of Mortal Kombat 2, which was, this was dumb. This was really dumb. But I had fun. I mean, the action was fun enough. The one-liners were funny. If I can come out with at least that, and hey, it's Travis Knight, maybe more, I think I'm going to walk out of there satisfied tonight. But then again, I thought I was going to walk out of Kraven the Hunter satisfied, and we all know how that turned out. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Pocket Hose. Guys, I'm excited to tell you about the world's #1 expanding garden hose and their brand new product, the Pocket Hose Ballistic. As you guys can imagine, I'm not exactly gentle with my gear. I drag hoses across concrete over the pool, yank them around corners. I even coil and uncoil them all the time to put them in my camper van when I go out on my movie meetups. And generally speaking, a lot of them don't last. But the Pocket Hose Ballistic has been a totally different story for me. It's incredibly durable, super lightweight, and just makes the whole job easier. One of my favorite things is how simple it is to use. You turn the water on, it expands. Turn it off, it shrinks right back down to pocket size. And it's reinforced with a liquid crystal polymer, the same kind of material used in bulletproof vests. Plus, it comes with the pocket pivot, which gives you 360-degree rotation at the spigot so it moves with you instead of fighting against you. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text Campea to 64,000. That's CAMPEA to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. Text Campea to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. Anyway, Rob, you're hearing the full reviews now. What are you expecting out of Masters of the Universe?
Did you see the clip with Skeletor kind of monologuing?
Yes.
And Evil Lynn's like,
I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it.
When I'm done, I raise my hands in the air. Dude, I was laughing. And I'm like, this movie, first of all, you can't treat He-Man like it's Tolkien. It's not. It's not Lord of the Rings. And when I saw that Skeletor clip, and just the way it was shot, and his performance, and just this look of Evil Lynn, like looking, are you done yet? I'm like, I want to see this movie. I'm like, this movie gets the assignment. And
to your point, because there are some people who want them to treat it like Tolkien.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, there's some fun stuff you can do there. But I mean, you got to remember, the source material is a floating skull that once uttered the word, "Finally, I shall rid myself of that meddlesome He-Man." Right?
That's pretty good.
You can't build Shakespeare around that.
No.
You can only go in one direction with that.
I mean, I remember reading, I think it's Mark Praseovich's script, Grayskull. Script called that.
Yes, I remember that.
Long time ago. And it was more along the lines. And I'm just like, you can't. And I have to tell you, like when I was a story analyst back in the day, I read multiple iterations of what became the Wachowski Speed Racer. But this is way before. This is 2 decades before their involvement. And everybody wrote these Speed Racer scripts that were really serious. It was more like as Days of Thunder had come out.
Oh.
It was more like Days of Thunder. I'm like, bro, where are the ninjas? Where's like the mammoth car? Where's the giant race through the volcano? Where's the satanic car acrobatic team up in the mountains praying to their evil god leader? I'm like, you guys did not get this. Do you watch Speed Racer? And it was annoying to read those scripts and be like, what are you doing? And so like this to me looks like the kind of Speed Racer movie I wanted to get when I was reading these really serious relatively serious Speed Racer scripts. And when I saw what they did, and then there's another clip where they showed He-Man and Tila like in the woods when their ship had crashed or something, and he picks up I'm like, I love the way it looked. It looked like the box of a He-Man vehicle toy. And I'm like, they look like they did this exactly the way I wanted to see it. And when I saw the clip with Skeletor, I'm like, I'm in. I'm in.
One of our viewers, Chuck Allstar, just made a comment in the live chat. He said, He-Man is fantasy for kids. And it makes me think of something. You actually made a really great observation on your channel the other day where you were talking about how, because there's this weird thought out there that, Star Wars was made for kids. No, it wasn't.
No.
Star Wars was never made for kids. It was made to be family friendly, but it was never made for kids specifically. He-Man was. Mm-hmm. He-Man was directly and specifically
100%.
made for children. So you got to keep that in mind when you're doing an adaptation of it, a little bit down the road as we are now, and bring your expectations accordingly into the film.
And it's like, dude, if I saw this when I was like 10, if I saw it on Saturday afternoon, I would have been all over this. This would have been like the greatest. And I've only seen clips. I'm in.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, the reviews are now coming in for Masters of the Universe, And I'm not saying they're sky high, but they're sky high compared to where I would have thought they would have been a year ago when they first announced this film. I mean, and when I got my first couple of glimpses of it, I mean, this is actually pretty good. Will it turn out that way? Will I end up liking it? Will it be my new Craven? Who knows? I'm going to do an out of theater reaction tonight. Whatever you guys are thinking about this right now, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.